I think there's a lot of untold history that people aren't aware of, and they look at Indian history as sort of being just like one piece of history and almost kind of superficial, and it just all blends together. But when you look at individual tribes and individual stories, there's little nuances in each one of those. Well, one of the things that I recall hearing, and also, people had said, well, this was actually a policy of the United States government, and I don't know whether it was or not, but it almost seems too convenient to be not to. They would put tribes that were opposed to each other, tribes that were enemies from the past, onto one reservation, and that occurred actually at Fort Belknap with the Gros Ventre and the Assiniboine, because the Assiniboine were allied with the Sioux, and the Gros Ventre were allied with the Blackfeet, and so they were always sort of opposite of each other in various stages of their history. And now they're placed on the same reservation and asked to coexist. And the theory that the people had from back then, the elders tell us, is that they thought, well, maybe they just thought that we'd kill each other off. And whether or not that was a active government policy or not, that's another story, but it did occur at Fort Belknap. But as a result of this, what had happened was that the Gros Ventre and Assiniboine had to learn to get along, basically, to survive. And so in some ways they actually defeated that policy, because they didn't kill each other off. It was active. There's people active in both the Gros Ventre and the Assiniboine culture. The languages have been revived. I mean, the Gros Ventre language, I think that's one of the amazing stories of any, is that the language even 15 years ago was basically being called extinct, because there was at the time probably 12 fluent speakers of the Gros Ventre language. Now there's less than 10, but there's effort to help revitalize that language. But also the Assiniboine are doing a very similar effort as well. But what you have today at Fort Belknap, you have a lot of people like myself that are mixed Gros Ventre and Assiniboine. My father's Gros Ventre and my mom's Assiniboine, and so we, like I said, in order to survive, I think we had to learn to get along. But today we still sort of joke around each other and make little comments to each other, but always in a teasing manner and never in anger, I guess you could say.